So I guess I don't know. Like I've sort of so how what was kind of like the origin of like what inspired you or what was what sort of tripped you up and meant hang on there is this, like before you were sort of saying like, am I crazy? Like when you were sort of talking
Yeah.
about like seeing this new world, like where you could see the left sort of kind of shoehorn its way into this like environment, right? Like, because that sort of doesn't
Mm,
exist. That's kind of what I talk about a lot on like, I don't know the best way of sort of educating a lot of people about these ideas, but I've sort of been saying like for the most part, left ideas and leftists don't exist in the blockchain and cryptocurrency uh, atmosphere, and with like sort of without those perspectives, you know,
mm.
um, it's gonna we're gonna miss out on our chance to sort of have our impact on this actually kind of revolutionary technology, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, there's no revolutionaries in this space, but it's a revolutionary technology, I guess. Like that's sort
Yeah,
of
for
how
sure.
I
I get
look at
that.
it a lot. So yeah,
Hmm.
just sort of wondering
I
like
mean,
what got you?
for me, so my like aha moment, I guess,
Yeah.
was not Bitcoin. Like I had known about Bitcoin, but I didn't really. To me, it was just like money to buy drugs online,
Mhm.
which like I didn't need to buy drugs online. So I just used like everybody I knew used cash. So I don't know. I didn't really understand what was the point. And then like so after I graduated college, I graduated with quite a bit of debt, and a job that made not very much money. So at a certain point, I was like, maybe I can figure out like the stock market. I'm pretty smart. Maybe I can do it. I I tried like stock trading simulation games. I was like, oh no, I'm shit at this. And so I was like kind of
Amazing.
looking around. And I looked back at cryptocurrency and gave it like a much deeper look. And this was at the time when Ethereum was just starting.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
And so, if people don't know what Ethereum is, it's basically it's another type of blockchain, completely different and separate from Bitcoin, which has way more functionality than Bitcoin does because of this concept called smart contracts. And so, it was this idea of smart contracts that I thought it was pretty interesting,
Mhm.
because to me, like the only thing you can do with Bitcoin is send and receive Bitcoin, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But with smart contracts, you have this idea that, well, if you can program money in quotation marks, like digital money, then if you can program to send it and receive it, then you can program it to do things under certain conditions. So
Mhm.
basically, if something happens, then make my money do X, Y, Z,
Mhm.
which I thought was pretty interesting. And then if you have a bunch of smart contracts together, you could potentially make what is an entire organization. So there's this thing called contract theory, saying that all our organizations are like, especially companies, are basically just series of contracts with
Yep.
one another that sort of
Yep.
dictate how people work.
Mhm.
And so if you can make these sort of decentralized contracts that automates the functions of money and the movement of money, then you're basically able to create an entire organization without needing an actual like legal system in the middle
Mhm.
to like, enforce the contracts. They're sort of automatically enforced. So if you get them all together, you get what's called a decentralized autonomous organization,
Yep.
or a DAO, DAO.
Mhm.
And so this idea of a DAO was super interesting to me, and I had like immediately thought like, oh wow, this has a lot of implications for left wing organizing
Yeah.
at
Yep.
a
Yep.
at a larger scale. Like beyond just like your little like local chapter of DSA or whatever you want to have. Like you're able to collaborate at a much higher level, and with like real assets and real resources on the line, or at least digital
Yep.
resources on the line, which could like have particular effects on the material world.
Mhm.
So to me, it was this idea with left wing organizing, and then as well, like the idea of smart contracts and DAOs are sort of like, it is usually with technology. There is this idea that we're going to automate away the worker. We're going to automate what the worker does. But here in this case, this is really a technology that, to me, it was more like you can automate away management and you can
Yeah.
automate away the capitalists
Yeah.
potentially as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes it an easy platform for collectivizing people's assets towards some sort of like goal you want to achieve, whether that's a company or whether that's a political organization. Like that, this whole space is really meant has the potential to be designed in however you want, because we're doing this with code, and the code is Turing complete. So you
Yeah.
technically potentially have the potential to make whatever you want with it. So there's basically the world is your oyster in that case. You know, you can make what you want if you have the creativity and the will to do it. So that was really like the spark for me.